So hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now as you can see, this is another video of Motivational Mondays. Now usually in Motivational Mondays, we try and take some problems that we face in our life and try to find a solution of those problems the motivational way. As of this week's video, we will be dealing with the topic, how to deal with criticism. But before moving on to the topic, if you like the type of content that we provide, then please make sure to give a like to the video and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated whenever I post a new video. Now without further delay, let us go on into the video. So let's move on with the questions.
Hi, I am Niharika. Can you tell me what is criticism?
Well, criticism as per the definition is the practice of finding faults or merits of something. So let us take an example. If you have given your maths exam and your friend is pointing out a certain mistake from that maths test, well, that is a sort of criticism. Well, there are several types of criticism that will be displayed over here, but knowing all the types of criticism is not necessary. There are only some types of criticism that is very important to you and it is worth knowing. Well, knowing all those, let's move on to the next question.
Hi, I'm Raj Marthingi. My question is, how do you know what type of criticism is good for you?
Well, based on only the definition of criticism, criticism is actually a bad thing. But when you take this example or take this scenario where the one being criticized can learn something from that particular mistake, then it is good for him or her because he or she can improve upon that particular thing. So ultimately it turns out to be a good type of criticism. So a criticism can be categorized into a bad thing or a good thing only based on the motive or the value behind it. Well, certain types like positive criticism and factual criticism and constructive criticisms are some types which can be beneficial and which can be a good thing to you. Now let us take this example. If you are doing a mistake and your parent or your teacher is criticizing you something like this, well, you can never improve in this particular thing. Well, that is an example of a bad criticism where he or she is not mentioning where you made the mistake. Well, take this case. If your parent or your teacher is mentioning like this, well, you have made a mistake over here, just rectify it and make sure you do this better next time. Well, this is the type of a good criticism because he or she is mentioning where you made the mistake. So you can view that and rectify it later and learn it so that you've been given with an opportunity. So now we know which type of criticism is good to us and which is bad. Well, pertaining to this week's topic, there will be a short story which will be played on this very same. So make sure to watch that and enjoy.
Story time. He is Joe. He is a painter and is happy being one. He also has his own art gallery. He has his own style of painting which many people admire. Visitors to his gallery is always in awe of his work, which encourage him to paint more and more. Days passed and his work reached a great level and people of all ages started liking it. One day he thought of giving his best to the visitors. He started doing a masterpiece. Once completed, he was very happy and thought that he had come up with the wonderful masterpiece. But he wanted to show it in public and not to keep it in his gallery.
I think I should display this painting on the street corner and ask people for their opinion. I'm sure there won't be any fault in my painting, but I am not going to reveal my name.
On the same day, he took the painting to the street corner and pasted a note on it.
I am sure my masterpiece is going to witness a huge gathering and everyone is going to appreciate me.
But the same evening, people passing by started to point out the mistakes and marked a cross on the painting. After some time, Joe reached the spot and was shocked to see a lot of mistakes being pointed out. He was shattered.
How come my masterpiece is just a scrap to other people?
Joe was upset seeing mistakes in his painting and couldn't take the criticism as this painting was so close to his heart. At that moment, his dad came to him and checked what was going on. Joe explained what had happened.
Joe, why don't you paint another good one? That would be appreciated by people.
Joe started again and gave his best to answer his critics. Joe showed his painting to his dad.
Yes, this is good one and I think you have to place this on the street corner. But This time you have to put the note in a different way. The note should be like this: if there is any mistake in my painting, please correct it.
Joe took his painting to the street corner and kept it with the note. In the evening, when he came to see the painting, he was surprised that there wasn't any correction. He came home happily and showed his dad and told,
Dad, I am very happy that there are no corrections on my painting and people have accepted it.
See, Joe, it's always like this. For people, pointing out mistakes is an easiest thing. But when you ask them to give a solution or correct it, they will never do it. People will never give you a perfect solution to the mistakes. You should move on and take the critics in a positive way to improve yourself. Always remember this, Joe. Treat every critic as a brick. You can throw the brick back or build a mansion out of it.
So, the moral of the story is accept both compliments and criticism. It takes both sun and rain for a flower to grow.
Well, after viewing that video, we will have a better idea of what is criticism. Well, let's move on to the next question.
Hi, this is Manasha. How should one perceive and understand criticism?
Well, first ask yourself if that criticism is beneficial to you. Well, find out the motive of that criticism and analyze that criticism very properly. If the motive behind the criticism is to find out faults and mistakes from you, then make sure that you analyze that criticism and find out where the mistake or your fault is. Now, if you think that that mistake should be changed, then consider that criticism. If you think it should not be changed, then consider that criticism as a suggestion. There is a difference between criticism and suggestion. Now, if the motive behind that criticism is to taunt you or demotivate you, then kindly ignore that criticism, because some people are just jealous. You don't need to mind them. But if someone close to you says something to you or criticizes you in some manner, then make sure that you put yourself into their shoes or their places and think to yourself, what benefit do they have if they want to criticize me? Or what do they achieve in telling me that I have made a fault or mistake in this? Well, it is solely for your purpose. If that is the case, then consider that criticism. So let's move on to the next question.
Hi, I'm Tarun. My question is, how can you take a criticism constructively and why is it good?
Well, criticism is a way of communicating. Whatever good things or good deeds that you do, people often try to criticize on the bad things. Well, one bad thing can ruin your game. Well, consider this case. Well, what came into notice in the first place? This 3 into 3 is equal to 10. This was the first thing that came into your mind as a wrong or faulty thing. Well, that is the basic thing of criticism. You do 100 good things, but one wrong thing can make people criticize on you. But contrary to this, there are people who give unbiased opinions or unbiased criticism which are only for your benefit and for your goodwill. Well, people like that are the people who know you for more years, like your parents, some of your friends, your close friends, or some of your close relatives. They have been knowing you since many years, hence they know where you go wrong and where you need to correct yourself so that you can present a better image of yourself to the society. It often happens that you might get some bad criticism. Well, don't get offended by it or don't take it to your heart. You have to always analyze the criticism that you get and sort it out. Well, it is a human tendency to take everything in your mind and to be sensitive to comments. But you have to put yourself in their shoes and think to that, why are they saying this particular criticism to me? Or why are they passing this type of comment to me? You have to think that and analyze it, and you have to make sure that you need to take the necessary types of criticism or comments and leave out the rest of them. Well, as for the next point, highlighting one's criticism can help you to improve greatly. Well, highlighting one's criticism means that highlighting a particular fact or a particular mistake that you have done so that you are saving some time yourself in reanalyzing it. So if someone is saying that you have made this certain mistake, make sure that you analyze what mistake you have done and make sure that if you want to change it, then change it by all means. So if you are changing it, then you are ultimately benefited. Now, as of this video, we have seen many tips and many points relating to criticism and how to react to that criticism. Well, if you like the type of content that we provide via this channel, then please make sure to give a like to the video and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay notified whenever I post a new video. Now until then, please make sure to stay safe and see you guys in the next video. See you guys.